right? Don't put too much weight on it, right?
Where the fuck am I meant to put my weight? Wait, I can't put my weight in the roof, it's dead fun. I can't hold on to it. What am I meant to do with it? Oh, you're not been holding for 5 minutes. You're fucking wank stain. Don't shift your weight. What the fuck are you talking about? I can't put my weight on the fucking roof. I can't put my weight in the gutter. Where's it meant to go? No, man, I can't just fucking move it.
Oh.
You fucking one. That's how agitated I'm getting now. You really fucking agitated me.
Welcome, everybody, to the Plumes of Hazard. I, as always, am your host, Thanks for Vapor. To my left is the lovely talent Fubaka. Down not there below me is not Master Blaster. It's
I already
white guy.
drank my drink.
I'm still watching the intro.
Slaunch.
I'm still watching the intro though.
Well, yeah, it was queued up. We're delayed.
Oh,
You'll be seeing us now. It's up now.
that intro is very old.
It's very
But still kind of dope.
It's dated. It's dated as hell. There are yours in there.
I was gonna say there's people in there who aren't on the show.
There's the home pages in there. There's tech time is in there.
Man, we had some big dreams once upon a time.
Hey, before the federal government shut us all down. Thank you, federal government.
Yeah, you know what?
We knew it was happening.
And all the good that you always do when you make a big government. That's just great.
My niece has my brother's butt crack.
What?
I'm just looking at baby photos, and there's a tasteful nude. I'm like, hey, she's got my brother's butt crack.
A tasteful nude.
I'm on the photo stream, but yeah.
Ah, delicious. The post dinner vape.
I'm waiting for my dinner at the moment. I had a very compacted evening, and yeah, 9:45. It says it's going to be here. God damn it!
I'm actually
9:45.
vaping something different.
Are you?
Right now. Yeah. I fixed an old broken mod.
Really?
Yeah, my old bolt was broken. It got knocked down and it broke, and I fixed it.
Did he get it?
Because it's a
Did
bolt
he get up
and
again?
it's dead stupid. Yeah, it got knocked down and then it got
Beat
up
me
again.
to it. I was vaping.
I always like this one because it's got the Mario thing going on.
Yeah.
Like I got the Mario door and the Mario button,
Yeah.
and it's just a really good, clean looking thing. I used to love this bolt, other than the fact that it's made wrong. It's not flat on top like it's supposed to be. It's got a little bit of an upswing. It could have happened with the other person who owned it. I'm not sure, but I've always liked this.
How
bolt.
could
It's
you
a
make
nice
it
mod.
wrong? It's got an upswing. What?
Like it's bent. Like the 510 isn't completely flush. It's bent. You can kind of see it. You see it?
That's mildly infuriating.
Yeah, it was like that when I bought it, and I bought it secondhand. So it could have been like it got too hot or something by whoever had it, like they fried something on it or something. I don't know. I mean, it works fine. It's just fucking annoying. Sorry, it's annoying.
There you go. Yeah.
I was doing this for a podcast, right? And we had a guest on recently who was when I was like around, and I was just, hey everybody, how the are you doing tonight? And he goes, dude, I really thought you did that in post. I'm like, no man, all live. I don't do post.
Yeah.
Post isn't my thing.
Oh wait. Oh good. Tomas says there's an anti-vaping awareness day now. Good.
I don't know what that means.
It means go smoke cigarettes and kill yourself day, I guess.
Oh, okay. New video from Dash TV.
Yeah, that's what he says. Ever taken it apart? Yeah, there's not much to take apart in a bolt. like a Frankie. It's like a box with a bent piece of metal in it. That's about it. Like legitimately, that's about it.
I mean, that's what the bolt is too, really. I mean, it's dead freaking simple. Like it is literally just a box with a piece of metal in it.
That's what I mean. Yeah. There's not.
The little shelf broke off though that kind of holds the bottle up, and the metal sticks underneath.
Yeah.
So I used some Bond-It, and that actually worked surprisingly well.
Some Bondo.
Bond-It, like the UV bonding material.
Oh,
like you just put it on something, then you shine a UV light on it, and it kind of bonds it together.
Oh, all right.
The stuff is surprisingly fucking useful.
I would imagine if you got a UV light sitting around.
It comes with a little UV light in the tube, so you get the little pen plus a little UV light, and then you let it cure for like an hour or two, and then you're good to go.
All right.
So like, I don't know. I just always liked this mod, and I figure since I'm almost out of juice and have to quit vaping, probably, I might as well use something different for a little bit.
Sure.
Plus, I'm worried that my gloom is going to have problems like all of your glooms. Although it's been acting a little funky lately.
Well, it's because you don't even have a RAM, right? You got
I do. I have the RAM.
Oh, I thought you had the MOSFET one still.
No, I got a RAM one.
Okay.
Because remember, my MOSFET one lit on fire. Yeah, you remember now?
I do.
Totally not knocking the gloom there, but yeah, my MOSFET one lit on fire.
That's a MOSFET problem, and one of mine did the same thing. It was bad news, man.
Yeah. Then I switched to the RAM one, and I like the RAM. But there's also something to be said for the pure mech experience. Like there's a little bit more kick up front I've noticed than I get with the RAM right now. I've gotten that anyway. And it could just be because I've used the shit out of that gloom for 4 years. That's all I've used.
Yeah. I always found that the RAM was. There's no appreciable difference. In fact, I think the curve is better out of the RAM than it is for the mech. Personally. Yeah. When did the bleeping start in the show? Or it was something new.
It started whenever the I just fucking.
I think it was like 2 shows ago that you came on that you had that new setup.
I might have. It might have been.
And you've been on I've a little bit lately. A few times this year.
That's because Mass keeps not showing up and asking me to show up.
Well, he's got ice cream emergencies.
I know, but I got emergencies. I'm very tired, but I can't leave Mass hanging, If he asked me to show up, I try to show up.
Right. Well,
it's a good thing I don't record the podcast on Wednesday nights.
Right. Well, you shouldn't anyway.
I know.
Should be illegal.
What, to record on Wednesday nights?
Yeah.
Isn't that what you do every Wednesday?
Yeah, because we're doing it on Wednesday nights. Hi, everybody. So, speaking of, so for the last 5.5 months, I've been vaping on this tubby bastard. It's a good mod. But
it's a good mod.
My babies came, as you can see, I placed them behind me.
Your other ones came back?
My babies came home finally.
Wait, which one were you vaping on then? Just the normal gloom or?
My little gloom's back.
What were you using before? It was still a gloom, right?
Yeah, the reg hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why it looks all tubby. Tubby.
Oh, yeah, that's the regulated one, huh?
Yeah, it's the DS75C one.
I gotcha.
And it's been fine. It's fine. But as much as I like Evolve and I like the people that work there, I like their products, I just like with squonking specifically, or dripping, I guess. The RAM's where it's at. Sorry, not sorry, but the 75
do like the RAM.
The 75C is okay. There's nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't do right. It doesn't. I mean, I've been vaping on it for 5 months now, and it's still glorious to come back to this tiny little guy.
So you got all of them back or just the one?
So I got that one back, and I got my other gloom with the limelight.
Yeah.
This one has got my Plumes button on it, which I like.
Did you get your bliss that I hate you for?
My bliss back?
Yeah, I still hate you for that.
Got my nice walnut back. Everybody's clicky. This guy, during shipping or something, one of the screws got a little over tightened, so I like a little quarter turn back. clicky clicky, no problem. So I'm excited. They said in their testing they only had one board replacement that they had to do, and the rest of it was basically just cleaning. Cleaning and replacing the contacts. So I had them. So the Limelight guys, they have silver plated battery caps and all the threads and all that junk.
I actually probably should get a new battery cap.
They do. They do wear over time, and inside I think it's brass, so it's not like it's bad.
All the silver plating on my battery cap is gone.
Yeah, mine too. Mine were gone as well. I wear through them. I mean, you do. If this is your primary device, you'll end up wearing through the silver plating after a while. But one of the things that I just love about the new ones, either a new mod or just getting them redone, is how just buttery smooth the battery cap is. I love it. It makes me happy. It's a stupid thing, but I like it. Yeah, Andy, absolutely do. Now mine was a bit of an outlier. So and this will show you that I get no preferential treatment there. So I talked to Ace and sent all my mods off to him in the middle of December or so. And apparently there was a guy that had asked for him to wait to send the box. And then he just didn't send his shit in. And my stuff is sat there. And then, then there's Christmas, and there's New Year's, and I don't fault anybody for not doing it. But then apparently something else like that happened in January. And anyway, I think in February it finally went out or something. And anyway, and then all the shipping problems and the getting it into Serbia without a problem or without issues with their customs, which can be a little sketch on occasion. It eventually made it to them I think like 3 weeks ago. I got pinged by them.
Actually, kind of my fear with sending them back in is how long yours has been gone.
Yeah, but I mean, I've done it before, and it's been like 3 to 5 weeks. That's apparent. I think that's relatively normal, but we live in a different time these days, and who knows, right? Who knows? I think I just got unfortunate in my timing, and you can talk to Ace. I'm not just talking to you, Sean. I'm talking to anybody else, because Tim was talking about he needs to send his one off too. Just talk to Ace, and he'll be pretty straight with you. Like, look, don't bother sending it now, or send it now. I'm going to be sending a box soon, and he does a really good job coordinating all that crap. All the contact info is on the site. Yeah, or you can just hit up Ace directly, Ace Torres on the Facebooks if you do that.
Yeah, I mean, that being said, given that I don't own like 12 of them like you, I also just thought about buying a new one.
Yeah.
Depending on whether or not I end up having to quit because I don't have juice anymore.
Right. That's basically what I did last summer or last spring, about a year ago. Instead of sending my 3 in that needed to go in, I just bought a new one.
Right.
And then that one died. My intention was to buy that one and then send these 3 off.
Sure.
And I didn't do it. It was my fault.
That is your fault.
Yeah. So, thanks. He's a happy boy now. Got my babies back.
I was going to say, I could have sent you a bolt. That way you had a mech, man. I still got a bunch of bolts.
I think I still have. I definitely have one of. Oh crap! Who's not Frank? Crap. Who's the guy in Florida that used to hang out with us that printed off those mods for us?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Al. There you go. Thank you, Al. I still have that one around here somewhere, and I'm
okay.
And I've got my Dia. I've got other mods, but I don't know if I have any other mechs. I feel like I may have gotten rid of all my other mechs. That's what
I'm saying. I could have sent you a bolt. I got a whole bunch of them still. I mean, I think I still have like 3 bolts.
Do you?
Yeah, I got one of the fully engraved ones that I hate. That's the one I would have sent you. It's white and it's fully engraved, so it's like just so much pocket lint.
Oh yeah, I remember that one because like yours was like blue and stuff sometimes because they got
because you put it in your jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't love that one, but I would have sent you that one.
Sure.
And then I have the old Squonker's Paradise one, which that was a fun place, man.
That was a pretty fun place back before it got dumb.
Yeah, and then I have this red one that has the weird defect, but it's still my favorite because I have the Mario door and it's clear red acrylic and it looks pretty. And I like it. Yeah, I think if I ever got another one, I'd totally get the 22 millimeter catch cup though and stop using fucking the flush pieces.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they're called anymore.
The aprons. No.
Yeah, but there was a name for them.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to come up
There
with
was
it.
a specific name in vaping because
Why
everything.
can I not think about that little transition thing? I've got one right over there.
Yeah, I have several. I don't know the name of them anymore.
That totally fell out of my brain.
Yeah, I totally don't remember the name of those.
Why can't I remember the name of those things?
I don't know, man. They were all the rage. I got like a fucking Damascus one somewhere.
Do you really?
That I never put on anything because it doesn't match anything. But like one exists.
Yeah, Festy, the 510, some of them are just flat on the top, and they're 24. Bog rat.
That's what it is.
Thank you, Rick.
Yeah, the bog rat.
But the other one, the other style is the 22 millimeter. They've got a recessed cup version.
Yeah, I much
22
prefer
millimeter
that.
Addies.
Bet you that makes less mess overall too.
It does. It does, especially if you slightly unscrew your Addy because the holes aren't lined up the way you want them to, which I do.
I don't do that.
Well, when I'm sitting like on the couch, in order for it to not, if I set it on my chest, if I'm kind of laying back, I don't like having the airflow holes down because you get a little spot.
Gotcha. I don't lay my shit like on my chest. Like I set it on something next to me.
I just have it within arm's reach of the coffee table.
But then
Yeah, my worry is always like whatever my vaping position, the hole being down because it over squonk and then it drips.
Right.
That's my concern.
For sure.
I just had to adjust the 510 in this because when I was filling it up, I loosened the screw and the 510 was just floaty. I was like, oh, I can make it the perfect positioning now.
It'll still be bent and kind of wonky, but at least it'll be in the right spot.
It works, man. That's what matters. It works.
Yeah.
And it looks cool and it's fucking Mario.
Indeed so. So since I got all of my Ram hands back, I did buy something else vaping related this last week. Oh, by the way.
Why would you do that?
To your point, while they were there, I went ahead and had them replace all my 510s, and I got all cups.
Oh, nice. Smart.
And then they sent me back the little box with all 4 of my original 510s, which is kind of weird, but
okay.
I appreciate it. I mean, I guess they upgraded it and just sent them back in
case you change your mind.
In case I change my mind. No, that's cool.
Yeah, maybe someday you'll want to use a 24 millimeter Eddy. Wait, NAR doesn't make those.
Yeah. So there's no point.
Exactly.
Thank you, Festy. That is something that you mentioned this week, and I had not planned on talking about it because I didn't remember. But it's a good thing that you mentioned it because I'm going to go grab it now.
I feel like I saw this thing that he talked about briefly.
Where'd it go?
But it's not a squonker, right?
Apparently not a squonker. I did reach out
But
and
it
talk
doesn't
to
matter.
Ace about it, and he said it's not a squonker, which means it's useless to me.
Yeah, it's useless.
But I'm glad he's continuing to do work. Download. And now I gotta go over here.
He does indeed have to dictate every step. If he didn't, he'd forget.
I would totally get sidetracked. I'll open
Squirrel.
that one. Open that one. Ah.
Just enjoy the narration, folks.
Okay. So, by the way, back to what I was saying a minute ago. I did buy a new vaping thing, and by that I mean I bought new batteries. So I got.
Where did you get them? Because I've been looking for new batteries and I can't find any anymore.
The 3 that I have purchased from historically that were Mooch approved were Illumination Supply, of course. 18650batterystore.com and IMR batteries.
Like everybody's out of stock though.
All 3 of those had 5As.
Really?
Yeah, and surprisingly enough, Illumination Supply was the cheapest one. So I bought from them this time.
Now I gotta go look because I just looked like not that long ago and everything was gone.
I thought about trying
the.
I don't remember what it was. The Samsung, is it the 30Q or something? The one that's kind of roughly similar to the 5A. I thought about doing that one, and then I decided that I didn't care, and I just got the 5As.
Now I'm buying batteries.
Before you
I'm going
click
through
purchase,
checkout right now.
Before you click purchase,
What?
I'm going to show you something.
Okay.
It's another part of my vape mail. So I got my mods back. I bought new batteries. But while I was there, one of the things that I need to do since I'm getting my bike fixed is I needed a way to carry my key. I used to have an old like plunger style quick disconnect that I carried, but it's old and was getting the little bearings were getting kind of loose, and it worried me about carrying my key around. So I started poking around, and one of the things that I have found that seemed to be relatively well reviewed is these. So these guys make EDC stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that they make is this, and I need to turn on my cameras. I need to change my focus. They make this little guy.
Okay.
So what it is first of all, it's titanium, which is everybody knows is.
I do like titanium.
Which is nice with the ADC stuff. So this little guy, whoa, why isn't that focusing?
I've been saying for how many fucking years to use the manual focus.
It's manual focus.
It's focused on your face.
That's why it's on my face. Maybe that's why. Whatever. All right, now I'm not gonna do any focus anymore. Oh wait, hold on.
Aha!
I clicked the wrong button.
Fucking knew it.
So this little guy is a quick disconnect, and it's machined out of titanium. You can see there's two little buttons on the side. So basically, just give it a little squeeze, and a turn, and then you can boop, pop it apart. And it is
cool.
It's got a little 90-degree lip, so it's a solid attachment to the barrel.
Yeah.
Which I think is going to be pretty secure.
That's
I'm pretty
cool.
excited about it. And it comes with two tiny little rings, which will be nice setting stuff up. And while I was there, just for giggles, they also had a few of these things on sale, which I kind of thought were kind of dope. So they had a little positive stop little grabber, which is pretty cool. And all these little tiny little freaking, and it comes in this fun little case, which I don't even know if I can open. There we go. Like really small little key rings, like little split rings,
nice.
and some of them are
I do
kind of
like
like
the little
ovals.
small rings. Yeah.
Yeah, which I don't have any like little tiny ones like this, so I thought that might be kind of useful too, setting up my keychain a little bit differently. So, and they had all those things for very inexpensive prices there at Illumination Supply.
I've already checked out.
I told you not to until I showed you.
I know, but I didn't want you to cost me any more money.
Yeah, the little quick disconnect was a lot more than little clips. This guy was like $30.
That makes sense because it's titanium.
Yeah, it's titanium and it's tiny and it seems to be pretty well designed. So I was fine with it because it's going to hold on to something expensive.
I'm pretty sure Tech makes this little fidget toy that I have right here.
They make all kinds of things. What's that little fidget toy you got right there?
So this is a magnetic fidget toy.
Okay.
So ball bearing comes off, attaches to the side,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just can kind of spin it.
Oh, all right.
And then it seats in the top when you're done. I don't remember when I bought that, but I bought it.
Fessy said he got a pair of 30Qs and he wasn't that impressed. Might be for higher power.
What color are the 30Qs?
Those are the pink ones. I
think they're
believe,
the
aren't
I have them. They're my least favorite.
they? Those are regulated batteries. I think that's why I bought them.
Yeah, I think I might have them for the same reason, but I didn't love them.
Maybe they were pale white, like
and then I have red
color.
ones. I don't remember what my red ones are, but I have red ones too.
I use for my regulated stuff. I use the green LGs.
I've got a bunch of those.
I like these.
They were similar as the VTC 5s. They were good. So I got VTC 5s and I got those LGs too when I was doing regulated junk.
So the 5As are still a thing to have.
Yeah, there's 5As, but I must be remembering the wrong model number for the Sammys, because Samsung has one that's got a very similar discharge curve as the 5As.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
must
because it
not be
was the
30Q.
6s that are for regulated. The VTC 6s.
VTC's
Correct.
5s and then 6s, yes, are
Right?
regulated.
Yeah, the 5As are mech.
And the 5As are mechs, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Mass Blast had an ice cream emergency. Hiking favor.
Yeah, the Samsung 30Qs are the pink ones. I don't know what the red ones are, but I'm using a red one right now, and it works okay. But I don't know what they are.
You think the 30Qs are 13 amp rated? Addy says, yeah. So I'm remembering the wrong. I'm saying the wrong Sammy then.
What ones are the red ones?
Those were LGs. Those were meh.
And old, right?
I think those are the Sanyos. I think not LGs. They're the NCRs.
Yeah.
The newer red batteries.
Yeah, the NCRs.
Okay.
I'm looking at Moosh's. Moosh's battery sheet.
Back to I want to finish the vape mail / EDC junk that I had in. Back to what Festy just pointed out. I'm gonna share my screen. So Dayon did come up with a new mod. Calls it the Freehand M. Which
You're talking about the Samsung 20Ss, probably. By the way,
there you go. 20S is probably what I'm thinking about.
that's what I should have looked for, because that says hardest hitting 18650.
Yeah, that's what I considered doing. But they do have there was something that the 5As have on them. I think it was the more continuous discharge stability across the whole charge, right? The whole cycle.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Anyway, so Dayon's got something new coming out at Limelight. It's the Freehand M. To be honest, it looks a lot like the Wicket, but he's got a new Wicket submodel apparently too. So you can see the difference here. And the M apparently stands for.
That thing is pretty.
It is. It stands for modular. So apparently, similar to the Wicket, in that he's got that thing engineered so you can basically drop new and different boards in there. I'm assuming that's what this is going to do too, with a different sort of shape. Now, the biggest problem that I've got with it is it doesn't squonk. The next biggest problem that I got with it is it looks like it's got the Wicket style button here for firing, which is fine. It's nothing. There's nothing wrong with the Wicket. In fact, the one that I have,
I mean,
like
that's very similar to the old school Zeros and Waparis and shit that I loved.
Yes, exactly. So
I'm actually more curious if I would like that forward slant.
Yeah.
Where the button is out farther than the bottom of the mod. And that part of it kind of worries me a little bit. It looks pretty, but I don't know if it'd be super comfortable.
Right. I bet it would be. But
probably.
Knowing Dayon, it'd probably be super comfortable. But you're right. I don't know either. But, I mean, the Wicket is a super tiny little thing. It's a nice mod, for sure. And it's got the C-frame style button here on the front. It's a nice mod, but doesn't squonk. So, doesn't get used very much. Or at all these days.
It's because it has no purpose if it doesn't squonk.
The 25R was indeed, sort of the standard unregulated battery for a long time, for sure. There's a reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only reason the 5As started, what was the other one? The VTC. The VTC
Like
had
you could get the 25Rs. You can get. I got them as cheap as like $3.50, $4,
Yeah.
and I would use them for my Titan. Like you couldn't.
Right. They were standard issue in a Titan for sure. But I think the only reason the 5As started edging them out is capacity. Like they got their amp rating up and their capacity up, and it's at a really good spot.
Because weren't the 25Rs like 2000 mAh or
2200 or something like
They
that?
were
They were a little lower.
25. They were 2500 mAh, like 20 amp batteries or something.
Right.
15 amp batteries.
Because the 5As are only 2600, so it had to be higher than that.
No, I just think it was.
Or it had to be lower than that.
No, I think it was just. I think that just edged it out just a little bit. That's all. And their discharge curve was a little bit better too on the 5As, even under higher loads. But the 25Rs are certainly not.
Yeah,
a problem.
I mean, now I'm just excited to get new batteries because I think all my batteries are shot too.
Mine were over a year old, and it was time. But the problem is now I'm going through the thing that Mooch disagrees with me on, but I have always said that new batteries don't work well for the first couple of cycles. It takes a little time to break them in my experience.
I have not had that problem.
See, that's what he said too. But every time I've ever had them, they start hitting really weakly, and I'll put them back on the charger, and they're at like 3.6 volts, and they only take back 1,000 mile back into them. But after I cycle them a few times, then it starts getting better, and I get a deeper discharge.
Or you're just crazy.
This is possible.
I had to reach for the button. That's why there was a delay.
I appreciate the effort.
I was closing out a podcast, and I'd done so good using the bleep button the whole time, and I was like, "All right, everybody, go have a fucking great." And I was like, "Damn it! Hold on, let me try that again." All right, everybody, go have a great night. The blooper reels are always funny, though.
Oh, thank you, Tomas. There are not very many people that will back me up on that, but I really do think that there is a break-in period.
That's because they're wrong.
I'm just saying. Then again, Festa used to give me a hard time about, and you too, that we were so sensitive that that's why we like the DNA mods, because it was so granular with the wattage adjustment. And he's like,
I mean, I still agree with that. All right. But I have a completely different reason for it. I have weird odd number OCD, so I don't like things ending on even numbers. So like the Dicotes boards, if I remember, only went up in 0.2 increments, which means they never ended on an even number or on an odd number. Was it 0.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't like 5 either. Like that's the middle ground. Like fuck 5. It's got to be a 3 or a 7. All right. I mean, come on, look at my wattage. It was always like 21.3 or 21.7.
I like specific numbers too, for sure.
But yeah, it's just the way it worked. Like ending on a 3 or a 7 is like always my goal. And I just was not fond of like anything that didn't end on a 3 or a 7.
Right. Thank you for asking, Addy. I had a guy out today, actually. Was it today or yesterday? Looking at it, and he said that I've got damage, but it's not awful. He said I can probably avoid a claim if I wanted to, which is pretty unusual for a roofer to say that, because they want to come replace your roof. But he showed me pictures, and there are impacts, and he said I could absolutely recommend it if you wanted me to. I could tell him that you need a roof, but he said you could probably be okay. And
the season's young.
Yeah, and that's what I said. I said, well, I was thinking about waiting until the season's over. And he goes, yeah, that's a good idea. I said, okay.
Oh, dude.
But you want to do it while it's also still hot out, so that sun can
bake it in. The upside here in Texas is going to be hot for a while. It'll be okay.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You'll still get like decent, hot sun in September.
It ain't even started yet, right? July and August is when it's brutal here. In September, it'll be quite warm as well.
So, Angsty, I know you specifically are a lover of titanium and carbon fiber and all of that fancy shit.
Man, like carbon fiber, but titanium, yes.
Carbon fiber is dope.
No argument, it's cool. Woo!
Carbon fiber ukulele.
I mean, it's no Gus, but it's
no,
cool.
It is not Gus. It's also significantly less expensive than Gus.
I bet.
For that matter. But this is like the take camping, and basically it's indestructible instrument. Like I can take it out on a kayak or whatever, and it can get wet, and it doesn't fucking matter because it's literally all carbon fiber.
It's carbon fiber, and I assume that's real carbon fiber, not a sticker.
Yeah, it's real carbon fiber, and it's probably out of tune because these strings are like brand new. But like, it doesn't sound bad.
Yeah, Abdul, that's exactly why Sean and I pimped out the 27 gauge. Absolutely.
Why?
Because it's odd.
Yes, and awesome.
It's odd and awesome.
Like, let's be honest, between the options, like it was better.
It was better than anything else.
Yes, it was significantly better than anything. For a single coil wrap, it was significantly better than anything else. It was right in that perfect midpoint that made it great.
Yeah. Not only for sturdiness, but also for flexibility.
I preferred even number gauges like 26 and 24.
26 was too small. 28 was too high. 27 too thin. 27 was fucking
26
perfect.
was thicker than 27.
Yeah, 26 was too thick. 28 was too thin. 27 was perfect.
Just right. It's like the
just
oh right. This is when you guys were fucking smoking crack with your 2-ohm builds.
My 2-ohm build was dope.
It wasn't 2. They were 1.7. Foog.
That's
I'm
true,
rounding up,
motherfucker.
I'm rounding up.
We don't round up to even numbers here.
I still say that that 1.7 ohm build in the regulated in a tank, it's the best.
Oh yeah, it was fucking brilliant.
That's how I still build the Exoset when I bother to get the billet box out.
I used to do like 1 ohm builds with 26, I think.
Yeah.
In the K Fun.
Yeah, those.
That's where it was at.
I actually kind of miss the high ohm vaping side.
Yeah.
I'm on my last coil though. Like this is my last coil that I bought from somebody. So. Well, it's a good thing I got it quick because I'm out of juice. Yes.
Until you got 900 feet of nickel 27. Damn, dude.
Dude, I got a drawer full of shit that like I never touch.
Oh yeah.
You know, I did try to like rebuild the billet box not that long ago. I tell you that?
No.
I couldn't do it.
No.
Yeah, I can't get the atomizer out. It's literally stuck in there. And it's like, unless it's lubed, like it's so hard to get the thing. Like when it's got a good seal, like it's really hard to get that fucker out. There's not a lot of room to push and shit, right?
But is the Boro stuck in the mod or the Addy stuck in the Boro?
The Addy's stuck in the Boro.
Yeah.
And like bad.
But so could you take the glass off?
The glass is off.
And you can't push it up from the bottom?
No.
That O-ring may have swelled on you or something.
Oh, yeah. I cannot get enough pressure applied to get it out. And you don't get a lot of room to get pressure on that thing, right?
No, but you should be able to put something, like a screwdriver, something thin, like a small, like an eyeglass screwdriver, something thin there, and then just press it down on top of it, right?
Tried that. Doesn't work. Probably
No go, huh?
need to set it down, put an eyeglass screwdriver on it or something, and use a hammer. That might work. Not enough force with my hand. Will not work.
Okay. You have any clamps?
No.
Like the little squeezy clamps?
Nope.
Okay. But I say that would probably do it for you.
I tried for a little bit, and then I gave up, and I was like, fuck it. It's the billet box. I'm going to hate it anyway.
I'm going to hate it in a day anyway when it needs a new wig.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to waste my time anymore. It's fucking billet box.
Yeah.
I still want to like it. Like, I still want nothing more than to like the billet box.
It's a great vape. It's just a pain in the dick to rebuild.
Yeah, and I just can't do it. I'm far too lazy for that shit. Especially like when this works so good and admittedly is a better vape.
Yes.
Like this is a better vape.
Well, if you like squonking.
I do.
Better. Yeah.
Though. Because it's better. Like scientifically and factually better.
I don't think so with the Bossman.
Still
Narta.
better.
So
I'll give you Narta because it's basically the same thing as squonking.
It's easier than squonking IMO.
Yeah, but I don't think so because you got to refill it a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
I just take off the cap, I refill it, and I put the cap back on. Done.
I mean, the screw bottles make refilling really easy.
Yeah, but then you have to unscrew your Addy, put down, you put that thing.
Although, you know what I miss? I miss those little Lucos squonk pins.
Oh,
The
yeah.
way my fucking the way my tube is cut and clipped in the that I have in the Gloom,
My food's here. I'll
it
BRB.
sticks.
Yep.
So like, it's a bitch to refill because it sticks. Like it gets stuck on the bottom when you squeeze.
Limelight makes some too.
Do they?
Well, there's our Delrin, little black.
I actually
Delrin
just thought about hitting you up and being like, "Yo, you have any that you want to send me?"
I would send you some if I could find them. But I'm pretty sure I have a couple. I've got one in here that is one I use all the time. And I've got one of the Lucos, the stainless ones in here. But I'm almost certain I've got some. I've got a couple of the black Limelight ones around somewhere.
I mean, I don't really care what it is. It's just a pain.
Yeah.
Although I will say the thing that I did miss about the Bolt is the extra capacity from the square fucking bottle. Like, it's fairly significant.
But then it's a square bottle, and you have those edges.
Yeah, but like in the Bolt, it works because you can't see them. You can't see them though.
Yeah, but you
It
can
works.
feel them.
No, I can't.
Weird. Yes, you can.
I only get the front to squeeze. That's it.
But I can
It's
feel it around the
perfect.
corner. It's weird.
Oh, I don't feel them.
I always take my seams and I always line my seams out left to right, so I don't have to feel
So
the seams.
I line up my seams
Yeah.
too. Same, but I don't feel the corners in this thing.
You need better
Oh,
bottles,
man.
Tomas. You should not taste
Dude,
the bottle.
Finding good bottles has been hard now lately too. Like I was trying to find a new set of bottles because I ruined my favorite bottle.
Limelight sells those too.
Do they?
That's the one I've got
I
here.
feel like I looked, but
So-
I ruined like my favorite bottle.
The Limelight bottles, the freehand bottles they're black, and they've got the tiniest. Like get it off. I hurt my finger, so it's a little harder to do. But they're super thin. You see that? Can you see the cut?
I actually think it was one of their bottles that I ruined because I couldn't get it out of the gloom. So I used like a pair of tweezers to push it down, and I put a hole in it. So the thing is they don't sell them on their website.
Yeah, you may have to just hit them up direct.
Yeah, and I don't know these people anymore.
Just talk to Ace. He'll do it. I'm sure he's got some. He probably has the little bodily things too.
I can buy a battery cap right from their website, which is nice.
Yeah.
So I thought I found another bottle that works well. Like I found another bottle that's perfectly fine.
That's good.
So I was thankful for that.
Rob says for OCD.
I mean, that's not untrue.
Yeah, I think that may be overkill. I just I like the things I like.
Dude, yours and I tagline back in the day could have been the world's pickiest vapors. Like, let's be honest. Like, we're stupid OCD about this shit.
Yeah.
It's all about finding one habit to replace an addiction, though, right? Like that was the point. Like, so yeah, you're gonna hang on to the little things to replace the addiction.
Right.
It helped.
I just oversquonked.
That wasn't very OCD of you.
How embarrassing. Yeah, I never had a cigarette explode in my fingers either. That would be bad. Although they did make those little capsules you could stick in the end of a cigarette that would explode back in the day.
You know, it's interesting with squonking though, Festy, because it kind of becomes second nature.
Yeah.
Like after a little while, other than like, you know, Brian's premature overshooting there, which is quite embarrassing, let's be honest. It really does become second nature. Like, I don't even think about it anymore. I take a couple pulls and then I squeeze the bottle, and then I take a couple pulls and squeeze the. It's. There's no thinking about it at this point.
No.
So, I have the video up, and for whatever reason, I have YouTube captions turned on, and it keeps changing the word squonking to squawking, which is amusing. I'm having a good laugh at that as I read like squawking.
So it's a little more pleasant than squanking. What we used to say, squanking.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that really does suck. Been there, man. Like, I'm with you. That really sucks. It's a hard time.
So, Abdul, if you wanted to, I can definitely recommend the Limelight bottles. They're good, and they've got a something that might interest you too, Sean. If they're not the one that you were using. That little Delrin cap they've got, the threads are great. I've been using this one for a couple of years. It's fine. It's also got a really simple little mechanism that's just basically an O-ring with a thing that it fits in, but it holds the tube in place, so you can't pull the tube out.
Okay,
which is nice.
Nice. That's cool.
He fit a lot of. I mean, just like Limelight does, they fit a lot of cool shit in a tiny little space. Very Mass Blast 09. And
I was going to go with that's what she said, but
fitting a lot of functionality. And a tiny little space. Food, what'd you get?
Lemon rice.
Ooh, lemon rice.
that's probably a good idea too.
Yeah. I went on the way home. I went and stopped by the best chicken joint in the world that they recently opened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Not too far from me. It is fantastic. It's this little place where I used to go to school, where I went to college. This little tiny chicken joint there, which had the best chicken. So if you've had Cane's and you've had Zaxby's, they're basic. I know, but those are pretty countrywide chains of chicken strip joints. Those are basically wussy versions of this.
You know the chicken strip place I really liked? and I want to make sure that I get this right. I'm pretty sure I will. I think it's Shaq's chicken strip place.
Shaq's.
Like Shaq, the basketball player.
Oh, Shaq with a Q.
Yeah.
Oh, right. He's got the like
In
heart
Vegas.
burger. Yeah.
I think it's Shaq.
Hmm.
I forgot I remember he ate one of his burgers on Inside the NBA, I believe.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that it's actually
But
his.
this is a chicken strip joint. Not
Yeah,
a
it's
burger
called
place?
Big Chicken. And fucking Mast and I went there, man. Like when we were in Vegas.
Big chicken.
Yeah, it's called Big, which makes sense for Shaq, right?
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Because he's got one in California and one in Vegas, and I kept seeing signs for it. And one day we were like, let's just get in a fucking Uber and go.
Yeah.
Like, let's just go to this fucking chicken place. And it was really good. But it's nothing compared to God, where the hell was I? I was at this place, a conference at DerbyCon. And I'm trying to remember where the fuck DerbyCon. It was in Louisville.
Okay.
And in Louisville, a little ways away, like a couple blocks away from the conference, was a place called Nashville Hot Chicken.
Oh, okay.
And this was like the place because every day you go there, no matter what time, there's a line.
Yeah, because
And you're
it's
waiting in
Nashville
line
chicken.
to eat.
That their style of hot sauce chicken is
Oh
everywhere.
my God, it was they have like these specific like hot chicken tacos.
Yeah.
That are amazing. I think the entire time I was at DerbyCon, which was like 4 days, I think I ate there at least once a day. Like it was so good. So good.
You know you found a good spot when
you like, I got drugged there the first night and I was like, all right, let's see what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the next day I was like, have you been to Nashville Hot Chicken? We should go there. And I just took different people there every day.
Yeah. Okay.
That was super good. Big Chicken was super good. We just opened up a Bojangles. I've never been to Bojangles, but I hear it's pretty good.
That's all right. You know what Bojangles does pretty well is their biscuits. Their biscuits are pretty damn good there.
But see, so Nareg was telling me obviously because of pandemic, I haven't been out to LA in a long time. But last time I went out to LA, I hung out with Nareg and I told him about this Nashville Hot Chicken place.
Yeah.
And he told me there's a place in LA.
Yeah.
That's like the best like chicken strip place in the world. And like he's like, next time you come out, man, we're going there. And I was like, dope. And then the pandemic hit. And I was like, damn it. I still want to go to this chicken place in LA with Nareg. I haven't seen Nareg I've talked to Nareg in a long time, man.
Yeah. It's been
I miss
while.
that dude. Well, I mean, global pandemic will do that.
Yeah, I guess.
I haven't been out to LA. Anyway, are we done? We could keep talking about chicken, but it feels like we're done.
Yeah,
Food's
I'm gonna go.
Foo's got to go eat his lamb and rice
Yeah, and watch some Law and Order.
and watch some Law and Order.
I'm watching Castle again right now, actually.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched this season, this latest one.
Of Castle?
Oh, Castle. Sorry, I was thinking.
Are you thinking the Rookie?
Yeah, I was thinking Rookie.
So I watched the Rookie again in its completion, and then I was like, I want more Nathan Fillion, so I went back to Castle. But with Castle, I refused to watch the final season. I just consider it over after the second to last season.
It did get worse.
Yeah, it's a good ending right there. It's positive, and fuck the rest of that show because that last season was awful.
That actually brings me up. Well, first of all, I'm going through Elementary again because I haven't watched that in years.
I should watch that one next.
So
That's
it's
a good one.
show. But if I was feeling Philly, you know what I haven't watched also in quite some time is Firefly. I should go back and watch Firefly.
Oh yeah, I've been on like a cop kick because I did, Rookie. I did Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Now I'm doing Castle. Elementary is probably a good one to go back to. That's an enjoyable show. For whatever reason, I've been on like a mystery kick.
Sure.
I mean, other than Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I do like Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
It's a good show. So, Addie, I don't know if I've ever said this out loud, but I want to say is I love the fact that you put that link in like at the end of every show.
I agree.
That the vaping community is loving and helpful. I love it. It's good and it's true. As long as you stay out of the drama, then the vaping community is pretty badass.
Right?
I agree.
Also, if you haven't watched Popstar Never Stop Never Stopping, it's also Andy Samberg and it's amazing.
You told me about that last week, and I still haven't watched it.
Yeah, you need to because it's just mocking Justin Bieber. It's amazing.
All right, everybody. Thanks for coming out and joining us. Sorry Masty wasn't here. Hopefully his emergency will be back. We'll be done by next week, and we'll see you there. I'll probably have back to no vape mail. Back to
And you won't
normal.
have to deal with me, so it's a win all around.
That's true. That's not true. You're always
Take it.
welcome. Later, everybody. Bye.
Yeah. Are we out yet?